All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back for another week of Just a Fan Podcast. All right, so we are a little bit of week late, but it's all good. We're going to do our top 10 after week 11. Usually we do top 10 after week 10.
We apologize. We were supposed to do that. We had so many topics last week, and we just like, hey, y'all, we forgot the top 10. So we was okay. Let's make up for it. Let's do a week 11, but normally it's after week 10.
Yeah.
And then we also have a top 5 after week 15.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. Also, don't forget, next week we will be on live Thanksgiving Eve, but it's not going to be a long show because we know that y'all got finished those sides and turkey and everything else. So
your turkey should be brining at this point. By the time we are on the air, your turkey should be. We're gonna talk about brining a turkey, properly brining a turkey. Whether you're going to smoke it, whether you're going to fry it, whether you're going to roast it, you should brine your turkey. If not, it's gonna be an unseasoned, just hot mess. Okay, it's gonna be dry. It's not gonna have flavor. And because I talk football, but I cook too. So like you should brine your turkey. Okay. And you can come into the comment box and talk about different ways you can do your turkey and everything. We're gonna make that a topic for tomorrow for next week's show. People talk about how they like their turkey. So we're gonna have some fun with next week's show. Also getting ready for the Thanksgiving games too.
Remember, 3 Thanksgiving games. Remember, it used to be 2, now it's 3. Long time ago, it used to be 2. All right, let's get into it. Oh, by the way, introduction, my bad. Coach Williams, NFL Encyclopedia, Wildcat quarterback that runs the show, future Hall of Famer. You already know it. That direction, Panel 316, the good guy with the black hat, man. What's up?
Yeah, man. The league is still kind of hard to figure out. Some teams running around in the form, and we're starting to see who they are. But there's still some teams that's like, who are you exactly?
Who are you? Yeah, we're still trying to figure some of this stuff out.
Because it's some teams like 1 week they look like world beaters, then the next week is like, what? Yeah. So there's some teams that a lot of talking heads, quote unquote, I'm gonna use air quotes, professionals are calling the best teams in the league, and I'm like, me and Brandon and the other fan, Tristan and Steve, we're kind of like, nah, I'll pump your brakes on that, homie. Because here's why. Because on Just a Fan Podcast, you're not going to hear the same thing you hear on the NFL Network,
Fox Sports One, and all that other stuff.
And then you got to be like, well, why aren't these guys saying what everybody else is saying? Because we have our own mind. And then when you come back around, you realize, hey, they was right. These guys, these average Joes on this little podcast on YouTube, they actually know what they talk about. They was right. They said that was gonna happen. They said that this is this and that, and yeah, that's what happens. So,
hey, remember, we are fans just like y'all are. All right. Absolutely. So let's get into this. Hey. What's going on this year, man? You know, earlier week 1, Jalen Carter spitting, but now Jamar Chase is spitting. We got all this spitting going on. Donald, what's up, man? We want you to help us out with this too, man. All this dang on spitting going on, man. But man, all these plays out here spitting. Wait a minute. First of all, that's very disrespectful.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's number two. That's disgusting.
Yes.
And yeah. What's going on with Jamar Chase, man? Spitting on Jalen Ramsey.
I don't know, but that's low class. It's y'all know I'm not a fan of Jalen Ramsey at all. I really don't like him, but he's right when he said, you spit on me, football go out the window. It's a whole nother ball game now. And I don't mean sports when we say ball game. Because I know if we in public and you spit on me, I'm gonna just tell you like this. I hope you got your insurance paid up. And it could be medical or life insurance. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. You spit on me, especially in an appropriate context, yeah, it's not gonna end well for you. So I mean, I can't fault. Yes, Jalen Ramsey was ejected, but I can't fault him for his reaction.
Exactly, me too.
I can't. And like I said, I'm not a fan of Jalen Ramsey because I think of Jalen Ramsey talk a lot of trash and get beat a lot. And, he's not him anymore. He ain't been him since he was in Jacksonville, in my opinion. But like you said, you put football out of it and you just talking man to man. You spit on me. Hey man, they gonna have to take the other 10 players on the defense to pull me off your ass. I'm just and then it's not gonna be over after that because when the game over, we gonna talk some more in the parking lot. It ain't gonna be talking, but you know what I'm saying? There will be a reckoning. Like you're not finna, no, sir, no, sir. And what really made me upset about it was Ja'Marr Chase. I lost a lot of respect for him for one, just to spitting in general.
Yes.
But the fact that he lied.
Yes, sir.
He lied. No, you don't need 4K camera to see that spit came out. When they showed the tape, it's like, bro, it's right there. I ain't did that. I ain't know you get close to that dude. Here's the tape. Roll that beautiful bean footage. It's like, bro, why you gonna lie? It's like that song, why you always lying? Yeah, I'm like, bro, why would you lie like that, bro? Like, so this man just fired off and punched you. I can understand if it was George Pickens or somebody like that, but or DK Metcalf, so they fired off on and hit you because they just crazy.
Yeah,
but come on, bro. Like, no, man, don't lie about it. But yeah, when was it Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott? Again, not a Dak Prescott fan, but Dak Prescott handled it better than I would have. I'm just saying, right? I guess Dak looked and like, you know what? That's a defensive tackle. Let me think about this. Hey, throw the flag. I think that's what that was.
That's what that was. Like, get him out of here. Especially him.
Hey, get him out of
here.
Yeah, it's like I think I'd be the same. You know what? I ain't got my pistol on me, so.
Hey, listen, man. Hey.
Listen, man, those boys would have been dog walked in the 70s through the mid-90s for spitting on. Yeah, I've seen fights happen through high school, college, all the way. When somebody spit on somebody, hey man, it was a brouhaha. It was a kerfuffle. It was a misunderstanding. There was furniture moving. It was like, you don't do that. You don't
do that, man. You don't do that. Yeah, Ja'Marr Chase has really hurt his image in the league.
Yeah, I lost a lot of respect
doing that. He's going to really. It's going to take a lot for him to get his brand back up. Best way to say it is like how I don't want to use that example, man. I really don't want to use that example. But there was a middle linebacker who got into trouble way worse than spitting, but he had to rebrand his image, and he was able to. But now, Ja'Marr Chase wants to rebrand his image now, and I don't know, how he's going to be able to do that. That's tough. That's going to be tough. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just speechless because That's one thing you don't do, man. That's one thing you don't do. If somebody got on your nerves because they've been talking a lot of trash, I get it, but don't spit on them, man. Just either talk trash back.
I wouldn't have been as mad as if he'd have like pushed or threw a punch or something like that. I would be like, well, yeah, it's football.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate disrespect.
Ultimate disrespect.
One man to another man to spit on.
Yeah. I don't care what's going on. I don't care what's going on, man. That's low. That's low. Yeah. Other news. AFC, well, staying in the AFC North.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns. Poverty franchise.
Yes, sir. I don't think Cleveland Browns fans will admit that they're poverty.
Hold on, man. This is man, let me say this, man. This is ridiculous because when I'm looking at the Cleveland Browns and how they handling this whole Shedeur Sanders situation, I think it's sad and pathetic. You have an opportunity to really turn your franchise around, and you just don't want to. This quarterback is better than Dylan Gabriel. You don't want to give him reps. You don't really want to address him by his name in media. And now it's like, oh, we have to put this guy in? Well, yes, you do. And now we have to put a game plan together? Yes, you do. It's called coaching. I've seen instances where, and I've been on the sideline watching it happen with my high school team when a backup quarterback goes down, and you got to coach your way through that immediately through the game. Okay. And with Shedeur Sanders, hopefully Kevin Stefanski and the OC are coming up with a legitimate game plan for him to be successful and not just say, oh, well, we're going to make you a wildcat quarterback and we're going to have you run 45 times this game. No, he needs to be a quarterback. He needs line calls for protections. He needs audibles. He needs hots. He needs everything he needs to be successful. And usually when teams play on Sundays, today on Wednesday is usually their first day of practice and preparation for the game. So, I'm not in Cleveland, so I have no idea what happened. But again, I'm hoping that they give this man a legitimate chance as far as be successful on offense. And I'm afraid that is not going to happen.
Because I was waiting for you to finish your thought, because I'm gonna put some clarity to this whole situation from you. Okay.
I know, I was all over the place, but go ahead.
No, you fine. So first thing first, I know I always agree with Cam Newton. All right, but he had some thoughts about it as well. Shout out to his podcast.
Yeah, he did. I saw that.
And when you're right, I'm with you. That's how I am. If you're right, I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into that, let's go back to the trade deadline. A lot of people don't know this, but our sources have, we found out through sources. Basically, the Jets inquired, but they was already done with Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, who's not an NFL quarterback, by the way.
Yeah, so they were already kind of feeling like, okay, we need to go a different direction. So they inquired to the Cleveland Browns about possibly trading for Shedeur Sanders. The Cleveland Browns, in turn, said, okay, we'll let him go for a second-round draft pick. Now, if you recall, the Cleveland Browns waited to the 5th round to take Shedeur Sanders. So you're asking for a second-round draft pick for a guy you thought so low of. You took him in the fifth. Not only that, you bumped him down to the third quarterback on your roster.
Hold on. You know what you're missing? You took a quarterback before him.
You took a quarterback before him. I'm going there. You took a quarterback before him. Then when Joe Flacco was traded, you brought in another quarterback from outside of your organization and kept Shedeur Sanders, who had been through an entire training camp, as the third quarterback. This right here, in my opinion, is like just sheer collusion, because it's like you're trying to hold this man down. For what reason? I don't know. We have our ideas. We have our ideas, but but you're sitting here, you won't trade him. You won't play him
at all.
You just gonna bury him on the depth chart and just keep him there, paying him rookie minimum and just letting him sit there. Then fast forward, going back to what Cam Newton was saying. They said, well, we want to get our young players. Cam Newton was saying, and Stefanski was saying, we want to get our young players ready, blah, 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 this and that. But Shedeur never took any first-team reps. Dylan Gabriel took first-team reps when he was back up behind Flacco. Dylan Gabriel becomes the starter, but Shedeur doesn't take any first-team reps. So when he goes out there this past weekend, he's completely ill-prepared because he has not played with those guys.
Exactly.
That is setting someone up for failure, ladies and gentlemen. That's what that is. So when he says, well, we're going to put a game plan together, blah, 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 talking about Stefanski, we're going to put a game plan together, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe they're going to put a game plan together
that suits him,
that's going to work for him, that's going to allow him to be successful. When I tell you about cutting off your nose to spite your face, I truly believe Kevin Stefanski would rather spend more energy seeing how they can hold Shedeur Sanders down, the organization, can see how they can hold Shedeur Sanders down, than they care about actually winning.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe it, because fool me once. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's kind of like a certain person that's under scrutiny right now because some files is about to be released, and they have a history already in the past of doing those type of unscrupulous things. So you kind of believe when the truth comes out that person is going to be involved with that type of stuff because they have a history of it. Cleveland has shown they have a history of screwing over Shedeur Sanders. Mm-hmm. So when he starts Sunday, I don't believe that they're going to put together a game plan that's conducive for him to do it, to be his absolute best. What does he do well? What is he like? What is he comfortable with? That should be your game plan. I don't think that's going to be the game plan.
It's not going to be the game plan at all. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if they even lowball him and bench him in the second half if he performs bad enough. They might put Bailey Zappi in.
Yeah,
they might put him in. It would not surprise me one bit if they put in Bailey Zappi in the second half or third quarter.
Bailey damn Zappi.
Shedeur Sanders should have been the backup quarterback from the jump behind Joe Flacco to learn, develop, everything else. And then when you traded away Joe Flacco, Shedeur Sanders should have been the guy. But y'all went with Dylan Gabriel. You got nothing out of it. You wasted another year of Myles Garrett, who, I mean, it's his fault for resigning that for staying and not getting traded. But yeah, you also wasting Jerry Jeudy, David Njoku, you're wasting those guys' careers, man.
Yeah.
And to sit here and trying to destroy Shedeur Sanders in the process while wasting careers. You talk about poverty. That's poverty coaching too. I'm sorry. That's poverty coaching. So
it's a poverty mindset.
It is. It really is.
Poverty mindset. And the Cleveland Browns are not going to be. What up, chick? The Cleveland Browns are not going to be any better. They're never going to be successful. They're never going to succeed on a high level until they get rid of this poverty franchise mindset. Because you actually could potentially, and who knows, Shedeur Sanders may not be that good in the league. It could happen.
But you need to find that out though.
But you need to find it out. And it's like you're not trying to find that out. You're trying to, you just trying to use so just stuck on, let's see how we can mess him over because it's prime time's kid. And it's like, I mean, they already done booted Shiloh out the league. Shiloh, I don't even think he's on the practice squad right now.
I don't think so either. I don't think he is.
Yeah, it's extra petty when you don't like somebody so much you got to mess over their kids. And it's like they're their own young men, and they're all they're talented in their own ways. And Shedeur, he may not be a great quarterback, but we don't have it. We're not getting a chance to find out. We're not getting the chance to find out, and it's like it's not fair to him. So we gonna see. We gonna watch this game. I think everybody's gonna. This gonna probably be the most watched Cleveland Browns game this season. I really think it's going to be.
It will. It will.
And that's another thing. He brings cachet to your organization. Everybody wants to see Sanders. So who checking for the Browns? Let's be real. Who really checking for the Browns, bro?
Nobody. And nobody will be anytime soon.
And you got somebody that can bring cachet to your organization where people actually want to watch your games. Hell, they got people in Cleveland that don't want to watch the Browns. That lived and been in Cleveland their whole life and don't want to watch the Browns.
And they've been Cleveland Brown fans the whole life because their folks are Browns fans. The dad, the granddad, the uncle. Shoot.
And they all have the same. They all take the same antidepressants. Because I mean, but we gonna see. We gonna see. I know I'm gonna be watching that game. Probably more than some of the other games because I want to see what Shedeur is going to do. I want to see if they setting him up for failure or they giving him stuff he can work with. So we'll see.
Yeah.
The fantasy list right now is looking like I really don't want to start. I just got to. That's kind of his attitude.
Yeah. And by the way, Shiloh is not on anyone's practice squad at all. Out of all 32 teams, he's not on someone. And this is a guy who can at least help you on special teams, who you can at least start off as a blitz and safety.
Yeah, that's why when he went to Tampa, I was kind of like, okay, that might be a good spot for him.
Yeah,
but yeah, I wish them the best. They're good athletes. They're good kids.
Yes,
and they don't deserve this. So, yeah. So let's get off into this top 10.
All right,
Steve and Tristan are not with us tonight. Tristan may pop in a little later, but they did give me their top 10. So I'll go ahead and lead into it. Every year we do 3. We don't do the 130 through 32 through 1 rankings, power rankings every week like some content creators do. We do a top 5 after week 5. We do a top 10 after week 10, and then we come back and do a top 5 after week 15. Yes. And again, we were supposed to do it last week. We had so many topics to cover and so much to talk about. We didn't get to it. We talked about it off the air this week. It's like, hey, we got to do it. We got to stay consistent. So we're going to start with number 10. Then we're going to go snake style from there. Okay, so Brandon, you can go first. Your number 10 team, your 10th best team in the NFL. Also, I'd like you to go ahead and say how you're doing your particular countdown because we have different rationales like we talked about off the air.
That is true. Here's my thing with top 10. And I know what I said initially, but mine's is like combined. And some of it is based on your success up to this point. And then some of it's going to be how I feel about you moving forward. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Going back to what Eric said earlier about these teams, we still don't know who these teams are. So everyone's top tens is going to be all over the place because usually this time of the year you have an idea of who's who, but I don't feel like that this year. I really don't.
It's really weird this year.
It's weird this year. It's weird this year. So I know that our top tens are just going to be all over the place. My number 10 may not be any of the guys' number 10, and I even struggle putting them in number 10, but I guess I just did because I'm looking at other teams and I'm like, well, I guess I might as well just put you there. So Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you have a good record. I just not sure if I love you enough to say, hey, you better than number 10. I don't think you're worse than number 10. Jordan Love is not, the media was wondering if he was going to win a Super Bowl at 27 years old. I don't see that happening. I know Brett Favre did with Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers did with Green Bay at 27. Jordan Love not winning the Super Bowl this year, not with that team. That's the same team that, you scored 40 points on Dallas, but you also gave up 40 points to Dallas. You, I think, struggle to beat Carolina. So you're number 10.
Okay. Steve has the LA Chargers, and I go ahead and move forward. Steve and Tristan have the LA Chargers at 10th best team.
I'm not mad at that to a degree because, and I said it's also. I'll give them that because you lost your running back in Amari Hampton. You've been through offensive linemen, so for them to still be where they are, despite all that, I'm not mad at that number 10 spot.
Yeah, my concern with the Chargers is they don't play well on the road, and it's looking like if they do make the playoffs, they're going to be on the road throughout the entire playoffs. They're going to be
exactly.
And that's the problem. That's why I don't think they're going to last long. I think they got another year of bacon in the oven before they're ready to come out. And there's some things going on there that are good, but then there's some things it's like, okay, they need this player and that player. They need to fix this and that. But, Jim Harbaugh's a program flipper. And I don't think this is the year for them to really pop out. But they're putting people on notice. That's the good thing. They are putting people on notice this season, but I don't think this is the year for them to pop out. My number 10 team. We jump way ahead. My number 10 team is the Chicago Bears.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Some people are like, well, they're leading their division, and the North is one of the best divisions in the conference. And it's like, okay, yeah, but I still need to see more because they skating by and winning some games. They jumping on people they're supposed to beat. And that's the good news. And then they're also winning some games that, maybe people second guess them on. But I still need to see more. I don't see them. If you put them head to head with a lot of these other teams in a playoff environment, these other 9 teams that I have, I don't know if they come out. I'm not saying they won't win. I'm not saying it. Antoine, if you watch it, I'm not saying they're not going to win. But and to give a little clarity, my top 10 is their projection going forward.
Okay.
After what they've done and their projection going forward based on what they've done. So they're playing much better football. They are not the complete dumpster fire that they were last year. Ben Johnson has got that offense looking way more discernible. So it's a good thing. I have the Bears. My number 9 team is the Packers.
Okay.
My concern with the Packers is not their defense. The defense is looking really sharp right now. It's like you said, Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Jordan Love, because Packers fans are a little bit spoiled. You go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, you automatically assume that Jordan Love is supposed to be that guy, and he's just adequate.
Yeah.
Right now, he's not superlative. He's not a superstar. He's right at his ceiling is above average right now.
Yeah,
his
really
like mediocre.
Like really, his ceiling's like here, and he's here, and he's not that far from reaching the ceiling.
Yeah,
he's really not.
And so as goes Jordan Love is going to depend on the Packers. They got Josh Jacobs, who's been running the ball like nuts, but yeah, I got Packers at number 9. Tristan has the Colts at number 9.
Okay.
I'm assuming he put them there because Daniel Jones is starting to look like Daniel Jones again at this point of the year.
Mm-hmm.
He started off looking tremendous, and then he's kind of devolving back into Daniel Jones. We're going to see if that's a one-off or that's who he really is. Because, Maya Angelou would always say, if someone shows you who they are,
believe them.
Believe them.
Believe them. Because Daniel Jones really has been who he is the whole time. It's just, hey, I got John Fatella running the ball. I got Tyler Warren, just a fantastic rookie tight end. And then I also have this wide receiver in Michael Pittman. So that's what's going on in Indianapolis. But, yeah, who Steve got at number 9?
Steve has the Rams at number 9, which is
wow.
It's kind of I can see that. They're on my countdown, but you'll see where they are, and I'll explain later why I have them there. I think Steve has them there for the same reason. So you're number 9, Brandon.
Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield, and I've said this, Baker Mayfield has fully reached his potential. Okay. And I'm happy for him for really reaching this potential of the best version of what he is or what he can be as a quarterback. It's not great, but it's not horrible either. At times, yes, he will turn the ball over, as Eric just did his famous signal for Baker Mayfield to
the Baker Mayfield
clock. Yeah. He starts at the top and then he ends up in the bottom and turning the ball over. But Chris Godwin's been injured, Mike Evans been injured. That rookie receiver, he's been injured, but he's been good.
Mbuka.
The defense is okay. I feel like the defense not performing that well this year, but they hanging in there. So
it's more the in my opinion, it's more the run defense is still pretty solid. It's the
pass defense. Yeah, that's what's going on. So they hanging on though. I give it to them. They hanging on. But I guess it's easy to hang on when you're in a conference like that, even though Carolina has really surprised me this year. I'm sure they surprised almost everybody this year with the way they're performing. But yeah, Tampa Bay, I got them at number 9 right now.
Okay. Steve's number 8 is the Colts. We kind of talked about that.
You want my number 8?
Yeah, your number 8 is what?
Seattle.
Okay.
Listen, and y'all know I love defense. I love front seven, so I respect the heck out of Seattle's defense. And Jack Smith and Jigba, man, that dude is balling this year wide receiver. Like, I didn't see this coming.
I think they did. That's why they let Lockett and Metcalf go.
I did not see that coming, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you. There's a conversation that needs to be had. And that conversation is Jackson Smith and Jigba, Tyler Lockett, but not I don't care about Tyler Lockett so much. DK Metcalf and George Pickens. We need to have that conversation one day. We need to have that conversation.
Who's the better receiver?
It's not so much who's the better receiver. It's what it looked like it's doing to these teams because, like, okay, Sam Darnold's not a good quarterback, and that's why I have him number 8. But Jackson Smith-Njigba is a true number 1 receiver. Pittsburgh does not have an explosive offense. No. With Aaron Rodgers at quarterback and DK Metcalf at wide receiver. And Dallas offense is explosive with George Pickens, and George Pickens number 2 receiver in the league.
We've had that discussion at nauseum about DK Metcalf and what we think about him and his.
Oh, and Steve.
Yeah,
Steve's
the only person that thinks DK Metcalf is a great receiver. Like, I think he's just big and strong, and once that speed starts to diminish,
that's all he has is the fact that he's 6'35", like you say, he's strong. He runs the 4.3 40, but he's not impressive. And
as a route runner, though,
he's not impressive. Period. Because let's face it, Calvin Johnson was damn near the same size and same speed, but Calvin Johnson was impressive.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf is not impressive.
Yeah. So Tristan and I both have the Bucs at number 8.
Okay.
They're clear, by and far away probably going to win that division. But Baker Mayfield, there's that Baker Mayfield cycle, that clock that turns. Like, Baker Mayfield looks like he's all world for a couple of weeks. And then there's that 1 week where he just goes and starts looking like, what the hell and why? And people still, believe that he's on the caliber of an elite quarterback. And I'm like, no, he's a good quarterback. He's not an elite quarterback because he always has that one game where he completely craps the beat. And that's my rationale for having him at number 8, along with their back end is suspect.
It is.
Their back end is, if you could get some decent protection for your quarterback, and you have some decent receivers, they can victimize their secondary. And I think that might be their downfall in the playoffs. Moving on. I have how did I do that? Okay. Number 7, I have the Bills. Okay. I have the Bills number 7. Josh Allen is going Josh Allen. James Cook is running the ball really well. My concern with them is just flat out consistency on offense, because they can lay an egg some weeks, and other weeks they look like just this unstoppable force. Mm-hmm. Then on the flip side, their defense is very suspect. If they make an exit from the playoffs this year, it's probably going to be their defense's fault. I really feel like it's going to be their defense's fault. Now, they turned it all the way on when they played Kansas City in the regular season. But at the same time, Kansas City is not Kansas City right now. They're not Kansas City.
No. We're going to talk about that later on.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that later on this year.
Yeah.
Who does Tristan have a number
7?
7.
Tristan has the Seahawks at number 7.
Okay. Steve
has the Steelers. So
okay.
I guess because right now Steve has the Steelers because they're leading their division right now, but I don't think that's going to be for long.
No.
And of course, the Seahawks, in my opinion, are better than the Rams, but we're gonna get to that. Your number 7.
Indianapolis Colts, only because of record, but I don't trust Daniel Jones moving forward. But I tell you what, though, they switched defensive coordinator, and they got that defense coordinator from Cincinnati. And Cincinnati's still Cincinnati on defense. So defense coordinator change didn't make a difference.
Yeah.
And Indianapolis defense is not bad. So yes, that tells you about Cincinnati's defense and how bad it is with or without Trey Hendrickson. And they better keep Trey Hendrickson as long as they can, because
Which, let's be real, he's gonna be gone in free agency.
Well, you better figure it out.
Yeah. So
my number 6,
yeah.
Buffalo. Again, inconsistency. Wide receiver position is very inconsistent. And Kenyon Coleman better get his act together because he's a better receiver than that. I also think Buffalo lacks a pass rush because I don't see it. I just don't see it moving forward.
Even with Joey Bosa, and it's, I agree with you. I just think that it's inconsistent more than it is not being there. You know,
I guess you're right. I guess you're right, man. But yeah. Buffalo, for Buffalo to really be successful, they're gonna have to really ride the wave of James Cook, whatever that wave is, and because Josh Allen. Listen. The man can play, but again, I still don't see him as a true quarterback. I don't see him as a true quarterback.
Okay. I still think he's one of the top. He's in the top 5, in my opinion.
So don't get me wrong. He's a top 5 quarterback, but as far as like just being a true quarterback, I don't see him as such. I still don't see him as such.
Okay.
I think when you have a Kenyon Coleman at 6'4", a tight end, and Dalton Kincaid was 6'5", another tight end, even though he's fallen off this year, Dawson Knox. Like, I think it's a little bit easier when you just have some tall players to throw the football to. I'm not saying all their targets are tall, but I just think that makes things a little bit easier.
Honestly, Kenyon Coleman has been a huge disappointment.
That's true.
He has been, so I'm going to put that on. I'm going to let Kenyon Coleman stand by himself. I'm not going to put that on Josh Allen. Dalton Kincaid has been balling. Okay. Mm-hmm. Knox is being, his falling off is because of the emergence of Dalton Kincaid. So, and then also, I think Josh Allen loves his tight ends more than he loves his receivers, and mainly it's out of necessity because his tight ends are more reliable than his receivers have been. When Shakir is your best receiver on the team, that could be a problem because Shakir is meant to be a little slot guy,
and that's why they wanted Jalen Waddle, man. They wanted Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, so they don't have a real quote unquote receiver that's going to threaten defenses. Mm-hmm. All of their threatening comes from their tight ends because they're both tight ends are very good. Yeah. But again, we up here talking about we're talking about that defense. I think that's going to be their downfall as well because the defense shows up from time to time and not all the time. Okay, right. So my number 6 is the Seahawks. They are not the Legion of Boom anymore, but that defense is pretty doggone good.
Yeah.
That defense is doing its thing. Sam Darnold, I'm going to say last week's game, we're going to get to that when we get to my picks, but I'm going to say last week's game was kind of a one-off. He reverted back to old Sam Darnold, Jet Sam Darnold for a minute. I don't think that's going to happen anymore, but the defense held it down because, again, they only lost that game by 2 points, even though he turned the ball over 4 times.
Which is amazing. Amazing.
That's a testament to the team.
Yes.
So as much as I hate the Seahawks, they hadn't played football this good probably since the 2010s. So yeah, Tristan and Steve both had the Lions at number 6.
Okay.
And we can go. We can talk more about that later. So for number 5, we're in the top 5 now, people. Tristan has the Bills, and Steve has the Bears.
You know what? Damn. I just realized something.
What's that?
I don't think I have Detroit in my top 10. How the hell did I do that?
I don't know. Because you mad at Dan Campbell like we all are.
Is that the reason?
It's probably why, because we all mad at Dan Campbell.
Oh my God.
That's some games they've lost because of Dan Campbell's decision making, not because they weren't the better team.
Hold on. Lord, I feel don't feel right to me.
Well, for number 5, I have the Colts. They're leading
Okay.
the AFC. They're leading the AFC South.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I would have them higher based on their record, but again, Daniel Jones keeps Daniel Jones, and we need to find out uh,
Who he is?
who he really is. We need to find out who he really is. And we're gonna find out as the rubber meets the road as we get closer to the end of the season, and you really got to ink out these wins for positioning in the playoffs because they're gonna make the playoffs. But to get positioning, seeding in these playoffs, you really got to hammer down and try to win as many games as possible as we get into the home stretch of the regular season. So you're number 5.
Well, before I go forward, I guess I'm fine with not having Detroit in my top 10 because I just looked at where they are in standings and I'm like, okay, well, I can't put them in my top 10. I'm sorry.
I think they're better. Yeah, just my opinion. I think
they better than what their record is.
They're better than their record.
Yes. Number 5, the Rams. The Rams, one game by 2 points, forcing 4 turnovers. Like, I like their defense. I think the front 7 is good. Chris Shula is not doing a bad job as a defensive coordinator. I'm not saying he's going to be a head coach next year, but I think he'll get some interviews in the offseason. His style of defense, his blitz game comes from Wade Phillips, from what I understand. But his coverage game comes from Fangio, which I think is a great combination. I don't know how Stafford's still playing football. I don't know because that man, they must be putting some what's that? Black Panther liquid vibranium in him or something because that dude's had serious elbow injuries, serious back injuries. Yeah, he's still out here playing football, man. That's what's going on. They got some of that liquid vibranium in him, man. Because that dude, he's in my opinion, he should have been retired 2 years ago. But more power to him. But right now, he's able to keep this team afloat. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to keep them afloat, but
it's not sustainable.
Right, and that's my problem, man. That's my problem, man. It's just I don't know if I can trust the Rams long term. Like I said, I love the defensive guy. I told you I like defense because I told you with Seattle, but I can't trust them long term, man. I just can't.
Okay, so you're number 4.
Philadelphia.
Okay, Eagles.
I love the defense. I do. I love the defense. The thing, I'm not liking the offense this year. Mekhi Becton is a huge loss, bigger than I expected. Because Saquon is not able to run the ball like he did last year. He's just not. Jalen Hurts is a wildcat quarterback. AJ Brown is. Oh, and by the way, I was petty enough to look this up and do my research. This is AJ Brown's 4th time complaining about Jalen Hurts in 3 seasons. 4th time in 3 seasons. Twice this year, once last year, and once in 2023. Yes, I was petty enough to look that up.
Well,
so my thing is now, yes, it's his fault for taking that contract extension in 2024, but I hope a certain person is watching this show because he's talking about, well, AJ Brown's only complaining because of the play caller. No, he's really complaining about Jalen Hurts for the 4th time in 3 years. I looked it up, and we can sit here and keep saying Jalen Hurts has had so many different OCs since college days at Alabama. I get that. But at some point, you got to learn how to play quarterback and pick up on what these offensive coordinators are teaching you. Yes, it's not consistent. But at some point, these route concepts ain't that much of a difference. because a lot of offense coordinators are pulling the same route concepts from each other at the end of the day. A smash concept is a smash concept. A dagger is a dagger. Stick concept is a stick concept. You know what I'm saying? The scissors concept is a scissors concept. It's the same thing. At some point, you got to be able to read it, and you can't read it playing quarterback. You've been in this league way too long. You've been to Alabama. You've been to Oklahoma. You're in Philadelphia. You've been playing quarterback way too long to not pick up on something. I don't care how many offense corners you've been through. At some point, you got to pick up on something. He's not picking it up. He's not a quarterback. He's a running back trying to be a quarterback.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Brandon Williams trashing of Jalen Hurts for our weekly trashing of Jalen Hurts. Steve also has the Eagles. Tristan has the Patriots for number 4. Great, yeah, they playing good defense. Drake May is playing out of his mind for someone that young. And then I have the Rams at number 4. Now my take on the Rams is they are mirroring their 2021 season. They are getting away with murder. They are. I have them up there because what your record says you are. Blah blah blah. But being real, they have been getting away with a lot of lucky strikes. Like in 2021, it's like everything that they have accomplished has been due to the misfortune of another team. Like, they had a quote-unquote blowout win of the 49ers a couple of weeks ago. That's because the 49ers are decimated with injuries. What really has me, I don't think they're the best team in football. ESPN and Fox Sports, I don't think they're the best team in football. And the reason why.
Yeah. NFL.com had them at number 1 ESPN. I was like, no.
Absolutely not. And here's why. If you turn somebody over 4 times and only win by 2 points, you are not a great team. You did good enough to win the game. You literally were this far away from losing a game, even though you turned somebody over 4 times. If you're a great team, if you turn somebody over 4 times, you should be scoring in the 40s, dare I say in 50s.
You should have won the game by 21 points.
That's my point. The fact that you only mustered 21 points and only won by 2 points after turning Seattle over twice, that does not scream contender to me. That does not say best team in the league to me. That doesn't do it for me. Because you do that again, I guarantee your luck is gonna run out. You kind of winning games because this team's hurt or that team's hurt. They're gonna come across a team that's gonna be able to put pressure on Matt Stafford. And they gonna put him on his back, and he's gonna start becoming the Matt Stafford that I know and love, that loves to throw turnover-worthy balls, and eventually somebody's gonna catch him. Because I wasn't the only person that said that. It's like he throws a lot of turnover-worthy balls, just the defense does not catch him. So, are they a top 5 team in this league? Yeah, I can't take that from them. But are they the best team in the league? No. And, Rams fans, you can call me a hater if you want to, but then again, what's a Rams fan? So at number 3, I have the Patriots. Okay. Drake May is playing out of his freaking mind. Now that they've gotten, I think it's Henderson, the young running back from Ohio State.
Yeah, Trayvon Henderson.
They've got a competent running game going. Along with Drake May dealing the ball, Stephon Diggs looks like he's had a resurgence to his career.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter Henry's coming along as a premier tight end. And then the defense is playing because we know Mike Vrabel knows defense. Honestly, in my opinion, this might be controversial. And, I don't care. In my opinion, the Patriots right now are the second best team in the AFC. I really feel that way because the way they're playing, they deal it. Okay. So Steve feels the same way. He has the Patriots as his number 3 team. Tristan has the Broncos, which I'm gonna get to in a minute.
Okay.
And your number 3.
My number 3 is your favorite football team, Pando, San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, you being too generous.
Okay.
I love to hear this, and I'm probably gonna push back on what you're saying. But go ahead. You being. You know, people say you're being too kind. You're definitely being too kind because I don't even
It's,
have my team in the top 10.
listen, listen, and I understand, because I know how you feel about them moving forward, because lack of a pass rush, lack of a damn defense, basically. Um, but you guys have been so successful up to this point, man, and that's coaching. Backup quarterback, backup receivers, backup tight end. You told me backup offensive line. You pulling pass rushers from where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, is that sustainable move forward? Probably not. But Robert Saleh is showing y'all that I can at least run a defense. He needs another head coaching job, but he needs a head coaching job somewhere else. Okay. If he was a head coach, and I'm not shooting down Dan Campbell, this has nothing to do with Dan Campbell. If he was in Detroit, if he was in Kansas City, if he was somewhere where he had where a franchise don't have that poverty franchise mentality, he can probably be way more successful than what he was in New York. Okay, if he was in Philadelphia, which God, I hate Philadelphia, but Howie Roseman and Jeff Lurie they got a well-oiled machine going over there. So Robert Saleh, if I'm Robert Saleh, this is what I would do. Stay as a defense coordinator as long as you can. But when a certain job opens up,
the right one,
mm-hmm. That's when you interview and you knock out the interview. And hopefully, I pray to God you get that job. So that way you can be successful because you deserve it. You deserve it.
Yeah. The thing is with that, it's like, yes, Niners have been holding on. They got an 8-4 record, which is nuts considering what they've been through. And you're right, there's been some good coaching going on. But eventually something's going to give.
I know something's going to give, man. But listen, man. Hey, listen. I'm a high school football coach, man. I've been around some great coaching, man. I've been blessed to be around some great coaching. I ain't gonna lie to you, okay? I'm not saying that because one of the guys could be watching. I've told some of them. I said, man, y'all do a hell of a job. But yeah, man. To me, when you have coaching like that, and if they keep winning some way somehow, you take it and you keep it moving, man. You keep it moving.
Yeah, I think they can do enough because they have kind of a weak schedule. I think they can do enough to keep that 7 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I actually kind of predicted that when we did our division by division analysis this summer. I predicted they'd probably be the 6 or 7 seed and get bounced the first round of the playoffs. It's going to be a brutal bouncing because they're going to play a team that's going to have a good quarterback. And this guy's going to be folding origami figurines in the pocket before he throws the ball. I cannot trust a team that cannot sustain a pass rush without blitzing.
I understand.
And yes, the back seven has really stepped up because of all the injuries to linebacker. The secondary is really playing better, especially at that Cardinals game. People say, well, Jacoby Brissett threw for 450. But yeah, they also turned him over twice. So, and the score dictated that they turned him over twice,
Yeah.
Brock Purdy's back. Ricky Pearsall's back. At some point, we don't know, but right now he's
back.
But honestly, my opinion of the 49ers right now is they're a little bit better than the Dallas Cowboys as far as because they got this great offense that's rolling, but the defense is suspect. It's not as bad as Dallas's defense, but it's still bad enough to where when you see a good team, you're gonna get rolled. So you ain't gonna be able to sustain or hold that up. But go ahead, your number 2 team.
Denver Broncos.
Okay.
I love their defense.
Yep.
My problem now is I think is JK out this season? Or is he just
No,
missing 4 games?
I think he's out for the season.
I think he's out for this. Yeah, he's out for the season. That's right. Yeah. So
But
that's no problem, man.
RJ Harvey has been fantastic though.
Okay.
Yeah, he's.
I guess I gotta see it. But I get what you're saying. But Steve, talking about some DK Metcalf.
That's what I was.
Cortland Sutton at wide receiver. Steve.
Cortland Sutton.
Hey, listen. Hey, Eric.
Yeah, we said it.
Hey,
we said it years ago.
We said it, man. We said it.
About 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He wanted to. Okay, fine. You got it. But no, DK Metcalf is not that. He's not him. DK Metcalf is overrated. Matter of fact, let me see something because I'm really about to get real petty now. I'm sorry.
While you do it next, we got to keep moving.
I know we do.
But Steve picked the Bills for his number 2 team.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan picked the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And I concur with you with the Broncos as the second best team in the league right now. Because of everything that you're talking about, that defense, they're playing great defense, and Pat Surtain isn't even playing right now. I think he's coming back in not this week, but the next week. So they play great coverage. They're getting pressure on the quarterback. They're stopping the run. Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga, I am crying real tears right now that they're no longer in San Francisco. Because they are playing great football. Dre Greenlaw seems to have come back from that Achilles injury. He's looking like his old self again, tackling machine. And then Bo Nix is Captain Comeback. He's missed the fourth quarter.
That is true.
When he decides to go ahead and play 4 quarters of football, like he plays the other 3 quarters like he plays the fourth quarter, the Broncos gonna be orchestrating blowouts. They're gonna be putting on blowouts together. If they can put together 4 quarters of offense where they just act a fool. They wait till the 4th quarter to act a fool. It's kind of like that old Richard Pryor stand-up. He's like, it was like his dad said he had to be in by 11. He had to be in the house by 11. That's what he said. And, you out there hanging with your boys and they just standing around. He's like, hey, man, what y'all doing, man? We waiting for 11:30. That's literally what the Broncos offense does. Like, we waiting on 4th quarter. Like, we waiting on 4th quarter. So that's kind of what they do. If they ever put together 4 quarters of offense, they're going to be a huge problem. Mm-hmm. Huge problem.
Yes.
And they got everything they need to do. So it's not like it's just a matter of flipping a switch and turning it on. It's not like, we got to go get this guy. We got to go find this guy. No, they got all the weapons they need to really act up. So that's why they're my number 2. All right. My number 1 is the Eagles. And here are the reasons. They are the Super Bowl champions, the defending Super Bowl champions. A lot of people are ragging about how their offense is not rolling like it was last year. Saquon's not really getting going. What you said about Jalen Hurts and so on and so forth. And, okay. The thing is kind of the same thing what I said about the Broncos. They got everything they need to turn this thing on. It's not like they have to go get a guy. And not to mention, the Eagles and the Broncos are kind of what and what because the same reasons. The Eagles' defense is playing lights out at this point.
That's true.
So they're kind of the great equalizer until the offense get their crap together. Mm-hmm. Defense say, okay, we're going to keep jumping on people until y'all get it together. And then once y'all get it together, we're going to keep jumping on people. Mm-hmm. And God knows I can't stand the Eagles. Okay? But it's not really I don't like the Eagles. I don't like their fans. They talk too much. But the facts are facts. Okay? And, on Just a Fan podcast, we try to take off our fan hat. And we try to look at things objectively. And if, like, in a vacuum, if I'm not a fan of any team, I have to say that the Eagles got it together. Howie Roseman knows just what to do when he's putting together a team. They didn't really have a needed pass rusher before they traded a 3rd rounder to the Miami Dolphins to get Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips comes in the door acting a fool. comes in the door acting a fool. Hey man, go get the quarterback. We'll work out the playbook later. Just go get the quarterback. He's putting pressures. He's getting sacks. They already were stopping the run really well. So it's like, okay, I'm looking at you, John Lynch, you jackass. But third round, Jalen Phillips, and he keeps adding, it's like they didn't need it, but he's like, you know what? It's out there. Let me go grab it. And that's what good GMs do. So until proven otherwise, right now, moving forward, the Eagles are my best team in the league. They're definitely the best team in the conference. Tristan has the Rams, which we all know is a fallacy. Steve has the Broncos, which
I'm not mad at that.
It makes sense. And who do you have for your number one?
New England Patriots.
Okay, the Pats.
Listen, man.
I can see why you would say that.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Drake may be the best quarterback
in that class.
In that class, man.
Yep.
He may be the best quarterback in that class.
He's playing great.
I know. And listen. I know what Jaden Daniels did last year, and I know he's hurt this year. I get it. Respectfully, I get it. But your boy have nothing last year and looked great.
Yeah.
He had a little bit more this year and looks even better. Man, listen, New England, I know Diggs is there. He's getting older. If they can find themselves a future wide receiver to keep this train rolling, and you're going to need a future tight end to keep this train rolling in the future. But right now, that boy Drake May is legit at quarterback. And I mean legit. Belichick would not have had this offense looking like this. I'm sorry. He would have this defense looking good. He wouldn't have this offense looking like this. I know been some great offenses because whatever. This is different. This is different. He wouldn't. Yeah, this is different. Sorry.
This is something different. Yeah. Now, is he the next coming of Tom Brady? Well, time will tell. But right now, he's playing good enough football to have his team looking like.
Let's put it this way: what Tom Brady did was special. Okay, so I'm not gonna ever say anybody's gonna ever duplicate what Tom Brady did. However, I can see Drake May winning a Super Bowl or two before his career is over with.
As long as they keep putting pieces around it.
Yeah, they gotta keep putting pieces around. That's the only thing. Terrell, I think if you're talking about Drake May winning Rookie of the Year, that was last year. When he was a rookie, he's a second-year player. I don't know if he wins MVP this year, but he's going to be in the running.
Yeah, he's a candidate.
He's definitely going to be in the running.
He's a candidate.
He's definitely going to be in the running for that. He might finish top 5, top 7, somewhere in that range, but yeah, he's legit, man. He's legit. So that's our top 10. Like I said, it was going to be all over the place. But as I was listening to you call out the top 10 of you and the other guys, Trish and Steve, and I looked at my list, I was like, man, some of these teams, like I may have had a team at number 9, but you might have had that same team like 8 or 7. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like
it's not that far off.
It wasn't that far off. It really wasn't. The only big difference is me with 49ers.
Yeah. You the only wild card with the Niners because none of the three of us had the Niners on there.
Did y'all have Detroit on there?
Yes.
All three of y'all?
I had the Lions at. No, I'm sorry. I don't have the Lions on here.
So you and I don't have the Lions.
I didn't have the Lions, but Steve and Tristan had the Lions.
That's interesting that you and I don't have the Lions.
And Steve and Tristan, funny enough, Steve and Tristan both had the Lions at number 6.
But you and I don't have the Lions.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
We mad at Dan Campbell. That's what that is.
Dan Campbell, man. Come on, man.
Dan Campbell is so infuriated. I can imagine what it's like to be a Lions fan. After so many years of ineptitude, you actually got a contending team, a seriously contending team.
You really do. And this thing could really fall faster than it should.
Right.
And it's gonna be because of him.
Right. And Dan Campbell is like, he's so frustrated because 1 minute he coaches a brilliant game, and then the next week he does stuff like what he did last week. And it's like, God, I can only imagine Nate Parliament. I know he's probably watching, or he's gonna watch. Nate, we feel for you because we rooting for you because y'all have never won anything. It wouldn't bother me if the Lions won a Super Bowl. I'd be like, that's nice. That's nice. You know,
man. You know how many Americans would be happy for the Lions? Sorry, Twan. You know how many Americans would be happy for?
Antoine wouldn't be one of them, but yeah.
You know how many Americans would be like, oh, you know what? Detroit won the Super Bowl. Okay, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Hey, toast to you.
Hey man, good. That's good for you.
Toast to you and salute to you. Shoot, yeah.
All right, so
let's
Stone Cold.
Let's go. Salute to you.
All right. My goodness. So last week I was 11-4. The week we had a pretty good week.
What a good way to bounce it back after, because you went 500 the previous week, right?
I went 7-7 the week before. Week 10,
that's great.
Week 11, week 11 I went 11-4. So start on Thursday night. We got the Bills coming down here, and they about to clog up I-10, 610 loop, because that goes around the stadium, NRG Stadium. It's gonna be traffic all on 610 loop. The Bills are playing the Texans. Davis Mills will be starting for the Texans. Davis Mills is a backup for a reason. All he has to do is to protect the ball and rely on his defense and make smart throws. That being said, I think the Bills are going to win this game. I think Josh Allen does just enough to get them out of there with a win. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think because the Texans by far have the best defense in football. Just the offense don't go with it. They don't have the offense to go with it. It's crazy because you got teams that are like in the top 5 in the league in certain things, and then the other unit is way down. It's nuts. But the Texans is one of those. The offense is way down, but the defense is by far the best defense in the league, especially in terms of points per game. Average. So I got the Bills over the Texans. Next game, this is the Colts are going to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. Now listen, I said before that the Chiefs are not chiefing like they used to. The Kansas City is not Kansas City. They're not gonna go gently into that good night. They trying their best to circle the wagons and get back in this thing and really fight it out. I think it's going to be a good game, but I think the Chiefs pull this out. They at home. They salty. Give me the Chiefs over the Colts.
Okay.
This next one is my Stone Cold Lock of the Week.
Let's hit it.
All right. The Seahawks are going to burn Tennessee to the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. God. After that really close, edgy loss to the Rams, that's gonna be a really salty team. They're gonna travel with their defense and their running game. Sam Darnold, I don't think Sam Darnold's gonna do too much though. I think it's gonna be more of that running game. I think they just gonna come in there and beat Tennessee up. Physically, they're gonna physically pound Tennessee. A lot of these other games are real too close to call. This is my only Stone Cold Lock of the Week. Tennessee, I'm sorry if I feel like you feel like I'm picking on y'all, but like your quarterback says, your ass. Okay. The next game, the Vikings at the Packers. So the Vikings have really, I don't know, the defense is kind of falling off. JJ McCarthy doesn't look good. Running game is still pretty solid, but they're going to be going to Lambeau. Tough place to play in. Jordan Love's going to do just enough. And I'm not sure if Josh Jacobs is going to play. That's going to be the iffy part of it. If Josh Jacobs does not play, then this could go a completely different direction. That's why I have it listed as a pick'em.
Okay.
Just because of the status of Josh Jacobs. If Josh Jacobs was playing, I'd be like, hey, put your money on the Packers. Next game, the Jets are going to the Ravens. The only reason why this wasn't a stone cold lock was because Tyrod Taylor will be starting for the Jets. So this could be somewhat of an interesting game because the Ravens defense is still, even though they've improved, they still kind of suspect. But I'm looking for the Ravens are fighting for their life right now. Kind of like the Chiefs.
Yeah, they are. Both teams are really fighting for their lives.
Fighting for their life, and you don't want to back them into a corner. You ever been hog hunting, spot and stalk hog hunting? You do not want to corner a big wild boar after it's been wounded. You better take them down fast. So I equate the Ravens to that. So I got the Ravens beating the Jets because they're more dangerous because they're desperate.
You know what? I'm interested in seeing how Tyrod Taylor plays quarterback with Garrett Wilson at wide receiver and Adonai Mitchell at wide receiver. I heard Adonai Mitchell, despite not playing that well, I heard that boy can get open.
Yeah, he's a good receiver. He's very underrated. And you still have John Mechie on the team as well.
Okay. That's right. They did add him. Yep. They did.
So the reason why it's not a stone cold lock is because I trust Tyrod Taylor more than I trust Justin Fields in the passing game. But I think the Ravens pulled this out.
Yeah.
The next game, the Giants are going to Ford Field to play the Lions. The Lions just lost a really big game that they needed against the Eagles. And again, they're going to be salty. They're at home. I don't know if Jackson Dart's they say he's trending toward playing, but he could leave with another concussion. By the end of this game, if he plays, I would hold him out of this game, honestly. I like the Lions over the Giants. Give me the Lions over the Giants. Steelers at the Bears. This is an interesting one. The Steelers defense is good enough to get after Caleb Williams, but there's question marks about whether or not Aaron Rodgers is going to play. And Mason Rudolph may be starting. If Mason Rudolph starts, the Bears are going to unequivocally win this game. They're going to turn Mason Rudolph over so many times that it ain't going to be funny. Yeah. And then that's going to be the difference in the game. Now, if Aaron Rodgers plays, it could be a pick'em game. But as of right now, Aaron Rodgers did not practice today. So we gonna go. I'm going to go with the Bears. And the Bears are at home. So that's something else to look at. The Patriots go to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. We've already talked about how much we like the Patriots. Joe Flacco starting. They're saying that Joe Burrow is trending toward. They say he was full participation at practice today. I'm like, why? His season's pretty much done, Cincinnati. Like, just go ahead and let Joe rest.
And Chase is suspended this game too.
Jamar Chase is suspended. Joe Flacco's going to be out there with T. Higgins, which ain't bad. And Yoshivas, who I really like. Like, I think I'm probably the biggest Yoshivas fan in the league. I wish he was on my team. I really like Yoshivas.
Okay.
Number 8. But
play wide receiver?
That's not going to be enough to beat the Patriots. That's just not going to be. The Patriots are going to beat the Bengals. So give me the Patriots over the Bengals. And here's the game of the week. The Browns are going to Allegiant Field to play the Raiders.
Oh, man, hold on. Wait, man. Come on now. Both of these teams are
Trash.
Okay, so here's why this is the week of the game of the week. We are sitting up here talking about Shedeur Sanders' first start. That's why it's the game of the week, not because of the quality of the teams. The Raiders are a dumpster fire.
Yes, they are.
Okay, from top.
They really are. No, they really are. It's worse than I thought it was.
The Raiders The Raiders are that fluid that comes out of a dumpster behind a seafood market in Texas in July. Okay. All right. So the Raiders they're just that bad. Geno Smith is what I said he was from all the way back when he was coming out of West Virginia. He is not a good quarterback. He's been showing it. Ashton Jeanty may have some promise, but we don't know. So Shedeur could give the offense some spark in Cleveland. And also Cleveland, even though they're really bad, they still have a very good defense. Myles Garrett could give Geno Smith fits, as I'm thinking he's going to do. Because if Dallas can sack him 5 times, I'm pretty sure Cleveland can sack him 5 times too. Cleveland has a better defense. So, yeah, give me the Browns over the Raiders. And let's be honest, we really don't care if it wasn't for the fact that Shedeur Sanders was playing. The next game, the Jags are going against the Cardinals. I don't believe in either team. My team has swept the Cardinals. The Jags, I don't really believe in because if you can protect the ball and not turn over the ball to the Jaguars, you can beat them. They play what we like to call vulture ball. They basically capitalize on another team's misfortune of them turn the ball over. Vultures sit up and wait for something to die and they eat. They're not really, how can you say? They're not really predators. They're scavengers. So if you can pretty much play mistake-free football against the Jaguars, they're not going to beat you. Okay? So, but this is the Cardinals we're talking about. So give me the Jags against the Cardinals. And I'm going to wait. Let me know what y'all think in the comment box because I want to get to this next game. I want to wait for Brandon to come back so we can get to this next game. We're talking about the Eagles and the Cowboys. Okay? Now, I'm not going to wait because people watching. The Cowboys beat the Raiders last week. Now, like I like to say, present company excluded. Cowboy fans, y'all done got delusional again. Because you put up 30-some points on the Raiders and you only allowed them to score 16 points. Okay? Y'all, this is the Raiders. Okay? I'm talking to the 95% of Dallas Cowboy fans. I'm not talking to my 5% of Cowboy fans who are realistic. Okay, the 49ers put up 44 points on the Cardinals. We know the Cardinals are terrible. You don't see us running around jumping up and down acting a fool because we know we played a bad team. They were 2-7. That's a bad team. You're supposed to do that. But we know that Cowboy fans are a different breed, present company excluded. And I've already, throughout the game against the Raiders, my phone was blowing up with Cowboy fans talking about, yeah, here we come, baby. Here we come. You're 4-5. You're 4-5. 4-5-1. Okay. You're looking up at 9 other teams in the conference to make the playoffs, and they're only taking 7 into the playoffs. So into the Philadelphia Eagles. Like I told a friend of mine that was texting me throughout the whole game, talking about every time Dallas scored. Yeah, see that? It's the Raiders. Stop it. It's the Raiders. I can't call myself the undisputed UFC champion because I went to a daycare and punched a bunch of 4-year-olds in the face. Okay? I can't do that. That doesn't make me a champion. Okay? You played a JV team. Stop it. Okay? All right? The Eagles are having their issues, but they can turn it on at any time. They're not missing things. Okay? Now, while I will admit the addition of Quentin Williams to the interior of the defensive line of the Cowboys looks somewhat promising, I'm going to keep saying it's the Raiders. Okay? DeMarvion Overshown coming back to the middle of the middle Mike Backer position for the Cowboys. Look promising, but again, it's the Raiders. Are they going to give the Eagles a contest? Absolutely, because it's a divisional game. But at the end of the day, the Eagles are going to probably pull this thing out because Dallas probably hasn't seen a defense like this since a few weeks ago when they saw Denver. That was probably the last time they saw a defense this good. Now, are they going to stifle them like Denver did? I don't know. But they're going to be able to make a lot of plays. So give me the Eagles over the Cowboys. This next game is a pick 'em game. This is like so hard to pick.
Really?
And it's a divisional game, but it really doesn't have a lot of playoff implication. But it's going to be hard to call. It's one of the nastiest rivalries in the NFL. The Falcons go to New Orleans to play the Saints.
Oh, God.
Now,
Yeah, that's a tough game to call. And the Saints just released Brandon Cooks, so he's on the waiver wire.
Right. You got the Falcons going in possibly without Drake London.
Michael
Penix is out for the season because he has a partial torn ACL. Okay, all you really have is Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts, who still isn't
a first round bust right now.
He's looking like a first round bust. Like seriously,
he really is.
The Saints are at home. The Superdome is a very difficult place to play in.
Yeah, if this was Atlanta, this would be a little bit easier to pick.
Yeah. The Falcons can be run on very well. So I'm looking at Alvin Kamara having himself a day and reminding everybody, hey, I'm still pretty good, y'all. I'm not, not completely washed. But I'm going with the Saints simply because they're at home. This is a huge rivalry game. And I'm liking the Saints for this game. Next game is also a pick 'em. Okay. This is the Bucks, who don't play well on the road, against the Rams, who don't play really that great at home.
Oh God.
So it's like paper mache versus a spray bottle. So we got to see where Baker Mayfield is on his cycle, the Baker Mayfield cycle.
There's a possibility he could struggle this game.
He could struggle this game, or he could
Rams defense.
He could completely lose his damn mind, just because it's the Rams defense. And honestly, this is my outlook on it. I know the Rams defense is ranked pretty high, but it's mostly that defensive line. Of course, the secondary can be had. The linebackers are not that great. It's just the D line that is so good.
Those young boys, man.
Yeah. The secondary they're not great. They're good. They're not great. The linebackers, they're like the really cheap lunch meat between two really expensive pieces of bread. And the secondary would be they be the booty bread. They be that bread at the end of the loaf of bread when you first reach in there. That's the secondary. The D line is the middle of the loaf of bread, and then you go buy that bologna that don't even bubble up when you fry it. That's their linebackers. So I'm not gonna completely sell out the Bucks and say that they can't win this game. It depends on what Baker Mayfield is on the Baker Mayfield cycle, and I wouldn't mind watching him beat the Rams. I love watching the Rams lose, but that being said, I'm picking the Rams. Just being realistic, when I take my personal feelings out of it and look at it, I'm picking the Rams to win them. Monday Night Football. The Panthers go to Levi Stadium to play the Niners. Conventional wisdom says the Niners should win this game. The Panthers don't have a pass rush, just like the Niners don't have a pass rush. Brock Purdy shouldn't hardly get touched this game. But the Panthers also don't defend the run very well. Christian McCaffrey could have a day. All of it Conventional wisdom says pick the Niners. I am not picking the Niners to win this game. I will not pick the Niners to win a game this season until something magical happens, which is not going to happen, and if they can develop a consistent pass rush without blitzing. I cannot trust a team that cannot put together a consistent pass rush without blitzing. This is another pick'em game. So, I picked against the Niners last week. They won the game in huge fashion. They went off. But I just eventually, I'm staying by what I said. Something's going to give eventually. They're going to lose a game that they're not supposed to lose. They're going to. We ain't even talking about them playing the Colts. We're not talking about them playing the Bears. We're not talking about them playing the Seahawks. All three teams they got to play later on this season. But I really feel like they're going to fool around and lose a game that they're not supposed to lose. And I'm standing on that. Something's going to give. And it may not, I could be completely wrong. It may not, it may give when they start playing a good team, when they play a good team later on this season. But the right now, I can't, and they my team. I just don't trust. I don't trust the defense right now. The D-line is very good at stopping the run. They can't put on any pressure. We are now down to our third Mike linebacker because the guy that came in for Fred Warner has a high ankle sprain. He'll be out for 4 weeks. So we got a special team of playing Mike linebacker with the green dot. So, yeah. It's just so many things that's not right now. So if they get into a shootout, could the Niners win? Yeah, because the Niners got better weapons. But Teteroy McMillan is starting to come along. I don't know if Xavier Legette's going to play because he had an injury last week. But if they go into a back and forth, my money's on Brock Purdy because both teams' defenses are bad. We could literally see a 35-42 game. We could. We really could. The Niners kicker is out. Eddie Pinheiro is out with a grade 1 hamstring pull. So they just pulled a guy in from off the street today.
I saw that.
And we don't know how what that's gonna be like. So this is the guy that the Commanders cut. So
and they cut him for Jake Moody.
Exactly. So if you get cut for Jake Moody, and I don't know, man, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. So yeah, I got the Panthers over the Niners for all of those reasons. So to recap, because my sinuses are acting really bad, I need to take some medicine, get out the air. I have the Bills over the Texans, the Chiefs over the Colts, the Seahawks over the Titans, Stone Cold Lock of the Week. I have the Packers over the Vikings, that's a pickle. I have the Ravens over the Jets, the Lions over the Giants, the Bears over the Steelers, the Patriots over the Bengals, the Browns over the Raiders, the Jags over the Cards, the Eagles over the Cowboys, the Saints over the Falcons, pick 'em, the Rams over the Bucks, pick 'em, and the Panthers over the Niners, pick 'em. And I need to take some Sudafed.
What up, cousin? Good to see you on here, man. I'm glad to see you on here, man. Hopefully everything's going well for you, man. Hopefully everything's going well.
You need to like and subscribe.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely like it. Well, so actually, I saw the notification come up. He did. He loved the show. Because if you can find us on the YouTube side, if you can like and subscribe and share this, this football content that we have, please do. I want to let you know that I'm doing well. Like I said, hopefully you are as well. Everybody sing for Eric Ricola.
Oh, so I don't have sinuses. It's Ricola is like for sore throat and cough. I don't have that. I don't know if it's allergies or a cold right now, but I'm going to take a lot of medicine and I'm going to bed.
All right, so that's it for our show tonight. If you missed us, you can always catch us on the Rebound because it's always available on YouTube, and I believe it's also always available on Facebook as well. So just catch us on the Rebound whenever you can. Please like, share, subscribe. If you do it on the YouTube side and you like it, there's a notification bell. Hit that bell. hit all so that way you know when we're live on YouTube, because we're live every Wednesday at the same time, same place. My cousin said ginger, lemons, and honey, etc.
Appreciate you.
Matter of fact, yeah, I know exactly who told him that. Oh yes, remember next week we're gonna be on. We're gonna be on next week, Thanksgiving Eve. Not gonna be a long show for Thanksgiving Eve, but we'll talk a little turkey with y'all and talk football with y'all. Cause hey, Thanksgiving, turkey, football, food, fun, family, man, I tell you, it's fantastic. So y'all already know what it is. Coach Williams, future Hall of Famer, Wildcat Quarterbacks runs the show, NFL Encyclopedia. Next to me, panel 316, the good guy with the black hat. We'll see the guys be on next week, but the other two guys. But here we are. Thanks, y'all. Peace out.